says 1 of 10, get us the 10th page, even if it's blank.
You have no idea how many clients always miss this document, or sometimes it's the back, right?
Why do I need so much documentation when I'm buying a house? Jose, this is one of the questions I get asked so much from my clients. I bought a house in 2000. Nobody asked me for everything that you're asking me for. Do you want a stool sample too? A blood sample? You want my firstborn? Do you not hear that? I hear it all the time.
I hear it all the time with all my clients. Some clients, give it up, but everybody has a little bit of resistance, especially when it comes to bank statements.
So you have to understand, right now, we have, first of all, for those people that bought a house prior to 2008, it was a lot simpler back then to get a house.
You had a heartbeat, you could get a house.
Pretty much. Back in those days, you could come in, take an application on a Friday, have an appraisal done on Saturday. By Monday, you're closing on the house because we got appraisal and all docs in. No. Times have changed. It is not that way anymore.
No, we're heavily disclosed now. Everything has to be disclosed.
Everything is heavily disclosed and double, triple, and quadruple checked to make sure that everything you said on the application is correct. So don't lie on the application. Don't get us in a worse predicament. Like, we're here to help you, but you got to let us know everything up front. So Jose, let's tell them exactly what documents. Let's go with the first document that the bank is going to do, or maybe even on the application, right? What are we doing on the application?
We're always going to get 2 years of tax returns and W-2s, 1099s.
Why are we getting that?
Well, we need to get those to see what you've reported to the IRS. The W-2s and 1099s is already given to the IRS, and we're just confirming. So the banks are going to confirm that by doing transcripts.
So they're doing transcripts. What are they looking for? They want to see exactly what you made, what somebody else that hired you sent to them and said, this is what Joe Smo did last year. This is his W-2. This is his 1099.
Everything is confirmed. Your income is confirmed, bottom line.
And then they're taking the tax return that you submitted, right? If it's your personal, they're just matching it up to see if it's there. Now, also on your personal, you could have a house that you were renting.
Right.
You could have a business, a side business that you had. Right. So there's other things
like that.
There's other things on this tax return that we're looking for to either show more income or take away income. And the only way we can know if that's it is by looking at your actual tax returns.
The reason why is because the bank is going to assess the high risk, right?
Always.
Everything's about an assessment of risk. They're investing in the buyer. They want to make sure that this buyer is going to be able to make those payments.
100%. Sure. Like, are you going to give somebody $400,000 out of the kindness of your heart? I'm not. Let me say, if I had it, I would, but I don't have it, so I can't.
Yeah, man. But they got to make sure they can pay back this loan.
So another thing that they're going to ask you for,
pay
stubs. We want to see your pay stubs. Why do we want to see the last 30 days of pay stubs? We want to see it because we want to see, do you have overtime on there? Are you a salary employee?
You getting bonuses?
Are you getting bonuses? Are you getting overtime?
We could calculate all that income as long as you've been receiving for 2 years.
So we have to look at that and see, okay, this is all here. Another thing that we ask for is bank statements. Why do we ask for those bank statements? So we can confirm the pay stub that you gave us that says you made $2,000 and it was deposited on X day. We have your bank statement that shows it was deposited on X day.
Everything.
It confirms that this is a real document and this is a real document. We're not asking these things to make you mad, that get you more paperwork. No, right. We're getting this because we need it to confirm X and Y, right? Not only that, Jose, what is the hardest document to get from the bank statements?
You got me there. What is the hardest?
It's the last page, the one that's blank.
The blank page.
If your document says 1 of 10, get us the 10th page, even if it's blank.
You have no idea how many clients always miss this document, or sometimes it's the back, right? So they'll have front and back, when the banks send them that document, and they're like, "Oh, here's all my information." I'm like, "This is 1, 3, 5, 7. Where's page 2, 4, 6? Like, what's going on?"
Look, we don't do it to make y'all angry or make you get pissed off with us. At the end of the day, the bank wants to see every page. So even if it's blank, because I believe it's Bank of America that does it for me. I have a Bank of America account. I know that the last page that it says left blank on purpose.
Yeah.
We want that page too. We need it. Like, I'm sorry, we're not doing this to create tension, to create drama. We're on your team always and every day, but we need that last page.
Yeah, make our job easier because the process is easier. And the one thing that I always tell my clients, listen, I want this to be a smooth process. I want you buying a house. It's all about the journey of buying this house.
100%.
Right? And that experience is everything. I want to sell you a great experience. If I'm asking you for a document after document every day, and you're just gonna get upset with me, that's not a good experience. So we all do this up front during the pre-approval process, so we won't have to do it during the loan process.
100%. And then another reason we ask for these bank statements, we also want to see if you have reserves, right? Like every bank is different. We have some banks that are willing to take a 580 credit score, a 550 credit score. Right. We have other banks that only want 700 plus. We have different banks that take different modes, different models, right? They have different banking models for their internal business.
What we call is overlays.
And we call that overlays on our side. So if you have a bank statement and we see the money's there, we see that you have a savings account on there, that you're saved up $50,000, $60,000, not that we're gonna use that money, right, but it looks better for the bank and it looks better when we run DU.
It's a stronger case. I mean, that's the same thing when we ask for stocks, 401k plans,
IRAs.
These things, send it to us. That way we could create a file for you that's stronger, less risk for the bank, and they accept all the terms that they're basically presenting to the client.
And that's essentially what we need. So the application is gonna have your 2 years of work history, your 2 years of where you've been living. We're gonna ask you for your driver's license. We wanna know it's you that we're talking to. We're gonna ask you for Social Security card. We're gonna ask you for the pay stubs for the last 30 days.
Yep.
We're gonna ask you for 2 months of bank statements.
2 months of bank statements. You gotta show that it's there and it continues to be there.
And the last 2 years of tax returns and W-2s.
Correct.
So if you have all that, now if you have a house, we're gonna ask you for every mortgage statement for that house.
Mortgage statement, not every mortgage statement, just at least the last one that you have. Right?
No, for for each house that you have.
Right, for each house that you have, and the insurance that you pay on all of that. And if they have association dues, we need that information as well.
So we ask all this just so that up the front end, we can pre-approve you, get you qualified correctly, and not send you out there with a pre-qual.
Oh, it's a solid pre-approval. Like we can't hey, there's no way around it. You're gonna have a good experience. Once we give you that pre-approval, it lets everybody know you can buy this house. You have the means to buy this house, and you have the means to pay the mortgage. And that's bottom line what everybody's looking for.
So in other words, just be upfront with your loan officer, whoever you're talking to. If it's in Florida, we would love it to be us. If it's not in Florida, be honest with them. Everything that we just talked about here is the exact same thing you need in every 50 states.
It's a very easy process. Just talk to us.
Just be upfront, tell them the situation, and we can come up with solutions.
That's it.
So this is another episode of the Lending Lounge. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative. Hope you learned something. If you did, please leave us a money bag or a house emoji in the comments. If not, you have anything that you want us to answer,
ask away and we'll answer in the next show.
So this is another episode of the Lending Lounge.
Closings are made simple.